I love reading stories about how people change their careers, that the pandemic opened the door and their heart for them to try new things. I love hearing stories like that. But are you protecting the creative mind that you took with you? Because it didn't drop off you. You just have to be able to feed that monster. Are you getting what you need for a daily thinking diet from that new position that you jumped into? Or are you going to jump ship again? This is not a guilt trip. I'm just asking. This is a creative mind to a creative mind. How are you protecting your source of creativity? Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So let's turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh, wow. I'm in a conundrum. That's a big word. A conundrum. I didn't get the opportunity to step into the studio yesterday because I was blessed with the opportunity to share a message. They call it a lecture, a 4-hour lecture. That seems to be so mechanical compared to what really goes on inside one of these moments where creative minds are meeting. So it was a blessed opportunity to share, to take what you've learned on your path and to give it to those that are going to grow with their own path. And my conundrum today is that, wow, I mean, I just stepped into yesterday's writing by total accident. And the writer yesterday, the operation known as self and the requirements to keep the machine working involves a very tight discipline and an effort. Living a nonstop working lifestyle has its waves of positive outcome, yet I'm weighted by the existence of question. I never know what to expect when given the blessed opportunity to share a broadcasting message with future creatives. I swear, since the lockdown of March of 2020, the attention span of the normal human being is not locked in on personal expectations. Wow. Students don't want to play by the rules because we have to. In the age of all things, we've got to pay our dues, but nobody wants to pay those dues. They just want to be given the trophy. I've only been with this particular group of people one time over the past couple of months, so I really don't know what to expect in this moment of now. There will be changes because as a leader, that's what we do. We enforce change so that people can pick up on what you're trying to grow forward. I remember back in the old days, I was very structured. I laid things out. I put too many words out there, and they began to trip. And in the process of them tripping, I don't think they learned. So therefore, I will bring in the change. And in that change, I will take the time through pauses to see if the seeds are actually in the soil or if they've been stuffed in someone's pocket. Whew. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I write about junk like this, man. I mean, I knew that I was going to be challenged yesterday before going into the lecture. And so because I hadn't been with this particular group of people for a while, and even as an instructor and somebody who is in front of a class, if you think we're going in there without fear in our souls, you're crazy. The day that I stop fearing is the day that, you know what, I'm too confident, I'm not going in there. So you do worry about little things like that. And, you know, how do you get by? You live off that fuel. I don't turn it into a negative. I listen to the inner core of the mind building the day. This is The Daily Mess. Now, that was what was written yesterday. We got that clear, right? Okay, so this is what was put down on paper. That's a Southern term. Put down on paper. Turn down the lights. This is what was uncovered on the page today. Oh, God. He turns it into a piece of art. Oh, my God. For it was on this day. I put that in parentheses. For it was on this day. When was the last time that we all had such a moment? For it was on this day. My question is, what did you do with it? Was it written about? Was it stored inside a selfie picture, hidden somewhere inside your smartphone? For it was on this day. Ultimately, it is up to each and every one of us to make a choice. Was it a positive or was it a negative? Did you learn from it or did you cry out in victory? Now, being that daily writer, the path is blessed with several layers of thoughts, experiences, cutting points, and parallel lines. How each is presented while writing will never be received in the way of those the future readers will pick it up. They won't. They'll see it differently. And the reason why is because there is no inflection on a page. Even while lightly rubbing my fingertips across this lettering, you truly can't measure the depth of the emotion that I am feeling. For it was on this day. Take the time to document the moments. Oh, not for you. No. I don't do this for me. No. There are people that are following you. You haven't met them yet, but maybe you will. Maybe you won't. I just know as a daily writer that I wish I had the writings from my grandparents. My grandpa Dobrins, who fought in World War I. He was badly injured in World War I. I wish I could have read his journals if he would have kept them. What about his parents? I could have just to look at their handwriting. That would be amazing to study someone's handwriting. Am I a freak? Probably, because I was up there in Seattle at their little Rock and Roll Hall of Fame type thing, and there was Jimi Hendrix's journal. I spent a long time paging through Jimi Hendrix's journal. His connection with Joni Mitchell. Writing. It's not for us. Sure, it feels good when it leaves you. But oh my God, when you read someone else's, not because you're snooping, but you see things that move through them. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.